Hello and welcome to this week's Real Estate Report on the Finance News Network. I'm Melissa Beaumont-Lee. This week we continue our series looking at suburbs with the highest median prices in 2010, with a focus on two suburbs in New South Wales. We speak with Byron Rose, National President of the Real Estate Buyers Agents Association of Australia and Principal at Rose & Jones, about the advantages of having a buyer's agent. And in our tax tip, we look at claiming expenses for repairs caused by a natural disaster. But first, let's catch up on the latest property news with Lelda Smits.
The Australian Bureau of Statistics has reported that residential building approvals declined 1.3% to 13,377 units in April. Also out this week, API Data's Home Value Index showed the value of Australian capital city dwellings fell more than 1% in the 3 months to April, in a period impacted by severe weather conditions across the country. However, as the nation starts to recover, the Housing Industry Association has posted a slight lift in new home sales, rising 0.2% to 11,000 in the month of April. Across Australia, the results were mixed. Queensland, South Australia and Western Australia recorded falls in detached new house sales, while New South Wales and Victoria posted increases.
This week we continue our series looking at suburbs with the highest median prices in 2010, with a focus on two suburbs in New South Wales. First, let's look at Bellevue Hill, a suburb located 6 kilometres east of Sydney's Central Business District. With a population of 9,446 in the last census, multi-million-dollar properties are characteristic of the suburb. There are some apartments in the area, many clustered along Birriga Road. Westfield Bondi Junction is close by, as is Bondi Junction train station. A bus service winds through the streets of Bellevue Hill, but many residents have their own cars. Notable Bellevue Hill locals include Lachlan and Sarah Murdoch. Turning to the figures. Houses in Bellevue Hill recorded the capital's highest median price in 2010 of $3,760,000. 80 properties were sold in the year. Our next suburb is Vaucluse, located 9 kilometres east of Sydney's CBD. With a population of 9,121 in the last census, Vaucluse is a highly prestigious residential eastern suburbs address. The most expensive properties boast expansive harbour views. The Vaucluse shops are on New Southhead Road, but larger shopping areas are nearby in Rose Bay and Westfield Bondi Junction. Many of the residents rely on their own private means of transportation, but there is a semi-regular bus service into the city. There's a local primary school, but many of the suburb's school-age residents attend nearby private schools such as Askham and Kambala for girls and Cranbrook and Scots College for boys. Residents of note include James Packer and his wife Erica. Turning to the figures, houses in Vaucluse recorded the capital's second highest median price in 2010 of $3,700,000. 103 properties were sold in the year. Let's now turn to our interview. This week we speak with Byron Rose, National President of the Real Estate Buyers Agents Association of Australia and Principal at Rose & Jones, about the advantages of having a buyer's agent.
A buyer's agent's benefits will include sourcing property on behalf of your client, inspecting those properties on behalf of your client, and shortlisting those properties for the client. Thereafter, analysing those subject properties that would be of interest and coordinating the inspection with the agent and your client to go through the property to assess, is this genuinely of interest? From there, the buyer's agent should have a skill set to determine the value or the estimated value of that property using third-party data such as RP data and Australian property monitors. And based on that collective data, they should be able to make a recommendation whether or not the property is worthy of pursuing further or actually leaving it alone because it is overpriced. In addition, being able to negotiate the process of the purchase, whether it be through auction or private treaty, and understanding the legal process of negotiating on a private treaty transaction as well, so as not to be caught up into any unworthy negotiations that may prohibit your client from successfully purchasing the property at a fair and reasonable price.
And now to the tax tip of the week from Depreciator, the tax depreciation schedule specialists. This week we take a look at claiming expenses for repairs caused by a natural disaster. If your rental property has been damaged or destroyed because of a natural disaster, you can still claim expenses for repairs, even if it's unoccupied. The property must have been rented out immediately prior to the repairs being needed, and the damage must have occurred while the property was rented out. For example, a rental property was tenanted at the time it was severely damaged by flooding. Because of the damage, the tenants had to move out. The landlord carried out the repairs and re-advertised the property for rent. Even though the property was not available for rent while being repaired, the landlord can claim the cost of the repairs. As always, do remember to consult with a tax accountant or tax professional before making any tax-related decisions. And that's the Real Estate Report for Monday the 6th of June. Thanks for joining us. I'm Melissa Beaumont-Lee for the Finance News Network.